Highlander present. So what do you do on a Friday when it's raining and it's the first regular Friday of the year? Go to the gym. And then you make a little video because I have some pickups. I just finished making my joystick video, which I was happy with. I learned a lot myself. I learned that there are differences between the top end joysticks, and they're not all exactly the same, but it doesn't really matter if you buy a Saimitsu or a Sanwa, and unless you want the really different feeling of like an Ultimark or whatever. But you could exchange like the Zippy and the Sanwa and the Saimitsu, and it's basically wouldn't be the same. The most important thing that I found was the gate, like the restrictor plate. And I found that out in my own joystick, where I didn't realize, because I have two PCBs. One has all the arcade games, like the vertical games, and one has the horizontal games, like Robotron. And I was playing Robotron, it was fine, but I had my restrictor plate set up by accident in a way that I could play Robotron. And when I switched finally to the vertical games, I noticed I couldn't play Pac-Man. So I thought, the gate is wrong. So I tilted my gate, and that made Pac-Man play wonderful because it's got all the up, down, left, and right, and it just guides you there. It's great. And then I switched back to Robotron, and I didn't have any diagonals. And you can't play Robotron without diagonals. So that's when I thought, hey, if I'm switching between the two, I need an octagonal gate. I never imagined that I would feel a requirement for a specific gate in my restrictor plate. But I've ordered two of them. They're not cheap. And Sanwa makes the restrictor plate so that you can replace like the gate. You can lift it and spin it and it comes out. But don't think that you can buy the inserts anywhere. They're just a piece of plastic. I mean, let's face it. I mean, it's a specific and well-designed piece of plastic, but it's just a piece of plastic. Anyway, I bought them because I have two sticks. One for firing, one for whatever. So, it was educational. So I did that, and that's up, and people have responded well to that. And it's sort of a reference video. Now, anyone who wants to buy or has to make a decision about what I'm gonna buy as a joystick or a button, then I think I have made some videos about that are useful. Anyway, enough about that. I am building my Commodore stick. I did some soldering. I bought a while ago this Competition Pro stick, which is an official Competition Pro, but I think it's either a very early or a very late model because it wasn't very good. This is the insides. It's got the old switches still on them, some of which are actually not in good condition anymore. The soldering's fine, so it doesn't need a reflow. It's just the switches are gone. I snipped off the wire, which I have in my other hand because it has the connector that the Commodore needs. And what I did is I soldered. Yes, I did. I labeled them first, and then I soldered these flat connectors to them so that I can. I connect them to the Leaf Pro joystick. And I've got a little plank. Whoop. This is the small version. This is my third homemade joystick. This is a button that I bought earlier. doesn't really fit the purpose that I wanted it for, but it's sort of a... It's okay for this. And I'll have a Commodore joystick with just a joystick and a button. Oh, and of course I daisy-chained some earth wire, which came ready-made. I snipped this off the JAMA loom that I have in my other stick. So I did that. Just felt like it. It's not ideal. The soldering is not great because I think the material that the flat connectors are made out of, the ones that I bought them at a local hardware store, and they have, I think it's a kind of material that doesn't want to be soldered onto because it wasn't easy, wasn't sticking, but they're also meant for crimping. So I just jammed a lot of solder in there. The signal wires are really small, and I crimped them on double. So, and then I added some heat shrink. Hopefully, if it doesn't move, it'll be fine, but far from ideal. And this is why I don't know this stuff. I don't know how to do this well. You know, I can get it done, but it's not built to last like this. So I could have soldered them onto the contacts, but I had the sense of not doing that. Anyway, let's just move on with this video because it's just a short one. I won a competition, Custom 64 or 64 Customs. 64 Customs. Daniel had a little competition, and he made a very nice way. He programmed a way of randomizing the selection of the winner, and he had a thing with sprites and very smart, very smart. You can use the Commodore 64's I think that is it the CIA? One of the CIAs you can use, or the SID. No, I think it's the SID. Sort of generates frequencies, and it's sort of pseudo random, the best random you can get out of a Commodore. Anyway, I won an AverMedia Extreme Cap U3 for capturing HDMI and composite signals. And it goes to HDMI to USB 3 into your PC, and you can make a recording. So thanks, Daniel. Really nice, because I have a couple of systems that will I'll be able to record something with this. I can't remember you saying something about requiring a specific USB 3 chipset. Not sure if I have that, but I'll just give it a go. It just says USB 3, so I should be fine. The important thing is that I won. Happy about that. Other topic, Commodore 64. While we're talking about that, a while ago, and this is not new by any means, but a while ago, Cytronic published the 25th anniversary edition of Mayhem in Monsterland. This is actually a very good game on the Commodore 64. It's an old game, but it's been re-released. And it came in a really fancy box that I wasn't willing to pay for. It was quite expensive. Not saying it's not worth its money, but it's just out of my league. But I liked the idea of having a physical copy of this game, so now I do on disc, and it comes in these really nice. I really appreciate this type of packaging. And I have a number of them. It has a disc inside. It has a manual inside. It's really nice. Can you see that on camera? I don't think you. Well, maybe you can just make it out right above my head. I think. I don't know. Somewhere there. There's a couple of these, and I like these. In a bunch of years, this stuff will be, and it's not expensive at all. You just give Kev at Cytronic a little bit of time to get his thing done and dusted, and it just arrives Really nice. And very well packaged too, I might add. So thank you, Cytronic, for that. I mean, I bought it, but thanks for offering it for sale and shipping it out, because I really enjoy that. I like the game even. I've tried to play it. I mean, I've tried to, really make an effort. It's not easy, but it's it plays well. I might actually do, not in this video, but I might do a little gameplay. I might do another stream. How about that? I haven't streamed for a while. It's just my head's been in different places. I'm sorry. It's been very aimed at PUBG. If you are one of those PUBG players like me who are just starting out and finding it very difficult to win or to even get kills, try PUBG Lite. All of a sudden, all of the things that make PUBG hard, they melt away like snow in the summer. And it's a lot easier. Granted, there's a load of bots, but even bots are easy. But the players, it's just like an easier category of players or something. But I've made it together with Evo Halo. I've made it to the like the end game. Like we've made it tonight. We haven't won yet, but there's a chance. PUBG Lite. They've rolled it out in a limited number of countries around the world. Some of countries like Canada don't have PUBG Lite. You can download it, but you can't. You can download the downloader, but the downloader will tell you no way. But they will probably, hopefully, release PUBG Lite across the globe, because the textures are a lot simpler, the sounds are a lot simpler, everything is a lot simpler. I suppose the gunplay and the bullet drop and all of that is, and the recoil is all a lot simpler, because I'm managing, and in real PUBG I'm not managing. I'm not getting there. It's just too hard. And God knows we've tried. We've done drops, I don't know how many, and tried. But every time you see a player, we've killed people. We've progressed a little bit. But if you just try out PUBG now, if you just play it, start it, download, buy it, download, play it, unless you're just a young person with great reflexes, if you're like like me, slow and old, forget it, dude. It's hard. Anyway. What is important in PUBG and all these shooters is audio cues, footsteps, people reloading their guns, people jumping out of a window, going prone, and all the sounds. You have to use that to get a map in your head of who is where. That is crucial. Knowing in advance when someone is near. And you need good sound. Now, my previous computer with the old computer, I had a 5.1 sound setup on the main board, which was great because my headset has like the 4 connectors that I need to get 5.1 sound. I have one of those Medusa headset, and it's got several tiny little speakers, and it makes surround sound, which is a great way of, getting a feel for where someone is. Now, the new PC that I bought from Mark a while ago from Lacto, it didn't have that. Moreover, it had only a PCI slot available and not a PCIe slot to plug something in. So I found a Sound Blaster card, PCI, in the thrift store, but I couldn't find any drivers. So now I bought this. This is an Asus board. I knew beforehand that this had Windows 10 drivers that I could download off the Asus website. So it is reasonably current. More current would be a PCIe version. There are loads of sound cards with a PCIe connector, and I have a tiny PCIe connector, but it's hidden by my graphics card, so I cannot really use it. So I bought this, and this just slots in, and I put the drivers on Windows, and it just works. So now I can connect my Medusa headset again, and I don't just have stereo, I have 5.1 sound. Now, if you think that makes me any better at PUBG, or makes me able to locate where people are, in some cases, yes, but in most cases, I'm just lost. I just have no sense of direction at all. None. I have no direction. And that is I have to work with that. I have to work around that. So my reflexes need to be better, because I can be surprised by people that I either didn't hear or I didn't know where they were. But being almost 50 years old, my reflexes are crap. So this is possibly the reason why I'm not performing as well as I would like on PUBG. So I hope, because I don't have anything more to say, I don't have any complaints. I'm going to try to be a little bit more cheerful this year, because being negative all the time sort of, it doesn't help me get any better. By my count, I still have about 40 years to go, and I want them to be happy. So I'm going to try and be a little bit more cheerful. Over the past few months, I've been angry at stuff. Stuff makes me angry that shouldn't make me angry. You know, I see things on the internet and in the news, and it makes me angry, and I hate that. I stopped watching the news for a while because I didn't like the way it was influencing me. And I should probably go back to that. So I'm going to be completely ignorant of everything that happens around me. And hopefully that will make me happier. How about that? Anyway. I have nothing more. So thanks for watching, I guess. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.